Welcome to In the Can with Carmella Cann Deluxe. Welcome to a fantastic time with Carmella Cann Gay Pride, our variety show. I'm so happy to have a very special guest right from Nashville. Let's welcome Lisa Dotolo. Hey, Lisa.
Hi.
How are you?
Hi, Carmella. Hi, everybody.
So, welcome to my Gay Pride show. You know, you and I have known each other a really long time.
Yeah.
And before you lived in Nashville, you lived here in New York and you were part of a band. And, you know, we even went to like the St. Anthony's Feast together. We have a lot of memories together.
Yeah, a ton.
And you're a singer-songwriter, right?
Yeah, I've been writing songs my whole life, and I live in Nashville and working on another record. And yeah, it's been good.
How many records do you have right now?
I'm on my fourth.
Oh, wow. Okay. And if my audience wants to know where to find you, like where can they?
All the platforms, pretty much.
Okay.
iTunes, yeah, SoundCloud.
So
YouTube.
This is my Gay Pride show, as you know, and I'm a big fan of yours. So I've asked you to come on and open the show for me.
Sweet Charmaine, my darling, sweet Charmaine. A bus came to a stop at County Line Road and Vine. It was another Monday morning. It was never on time. She was standing there with her messed up hair and her dress all tattered and torn. She silently took steps up, thought her school was better than being home. And that little girl, she walked down the aisle with crooked eyes and skinny legs. Kids howling out the name in jest. Every day was always the same. And Mama sings, sweet Charmaine, my darling, sweet Charmaine. Won't you tell me all your dreams? Can you see the light that surrounds your tiny frame? Charmaine, my sweet Charmaine. Daddy has a temper too. She was scared most of the time. Just waiting to turn 18 years old and leave her life behind. She was always dreaming so big of a city and her name in lights. Maybe even find a love so true to take away her tears at night. And Mama sings, sweet Charmaine, my darling, sweet Charmaine. Won't you tell me all your dreams? Can you see the light that surrounds your tiny frame? Charmaine, my sweet Charmaine. And hold on to tomorrow. No, don't let go. And forget your sorrow and your pain. And Mama sings, sweet Charmaine, my darling, sweet Charmaine. Won't you tell me your dreams? Can you see the light?
Thank you. So I have a question. Are all of your songs about like experiences you've had? Like you're a songwriter, so like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything comes from experience. It's just my point of view, you know, what I experienced in that moment. The latest, actually, I was just in London a couple weeks ago, and so I wrote 4 songs there. It's going to be an EP, and that was from the perspective of, you know, walking around this new city, seeing this guy that was there that that I'm friendly with, and just how I felt when I left, and kind of the feeling that I got from seeing him, and kind of you know, working through some of those emotions in this next record. So yeah, most of my songs, if not all of them, are what I'm experiencing or what I have experienced, basically.
Cool.
Yeah.
And when is Gay Pride in Nashville? I'm just curious. Does Nashville celebrate Gay Pride?
I know, yeah, I think it's coming up in June.
Okay, so you guys celebrate the same month we do.
Yeah, it's in June. I think they have a parade.
It is.
Okay.
And everybody goes to Play. Remember Play?
Yeah, I actually haven't been to Nashville in many, many years, so I have to come back and visit you.
Yes, please come back.
You know, I remember all the country bumpkins, like your mom would say. But I actually had a great time.
What he said.
We had a good time when you were here.
Yeah, I had a great time being there too. Well, thank you so much for coming on. Happy Gay Pride.
Well, thank you. Yes, happy Gay Pride, and I love you all, and thank you so much for having me, and I hope you enjoyed my song.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was Lisa Dotolo, everyone. Our first segment, we're going to be talking about Gilbert Baker, who is the creator of the LGBTQ rainbow flag. I have a very special guest today, Richard Ferrara, who was one of Gilbert's friends. Welcome.
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
So, you were friends of Gilbert's, correct?
Yes, for 25 years.
For 25 years. When
Thereabouts.
did you meet Gilbert?
I actually met Gilbert in 1994, and 23 years, actually. He passed away in 2017.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how did you meet him?
We met. I was, at the time, working for Heritage of Pride, the, at the time, Lesbian Gay Pride Parade, LGBT. And my friends in the committee said that I must meet Gilbert. Gilbert had just come to New York to work on the silver anniversary of Stonewall, and he was making a rainbow flag 1 mile long. And all my friends said I should meet him because at that time I was working for the committee without having known him, was promoting the flag and selling the flag.
And this was in 1994.
1994. I knew him.
I mean, not to cut you off, but 1994 was the first Gay Pride march I actually joined.
Oh, okay.
So this marks the 30th year of my first Gay Pride, and I remember the flag vividly from that, my first experience.
Well, it was in 1986 that I joined the committee, and for 8 years I was working with the committee and selling and promoting the flag on the East Coast. It was very much a San Francisco and West Coast thing. This is long before the internet. It was long before selling it in other ways, but
It's a different time.
it was quite a different era. And so without knowing Gilbert, I was just so into this pride flag. And then when Gilbert was coming to New York, everybody said I must meet him. And I was like starstruck, basically. He was someone I didn't know, but I was so happy to get to know. And then we became really, really good friends along the way. And I helped him. He hired me to help him make this mile-long flag. So I was his assistant.
So how did Gilbert come up with this symbol of the rainbow flag that has been such a huge part of the LGBTQ community?
Right. Gilbert was friends with Harvey Milk, and who was the first openly gay supervisor in San Francisco. And he and a lot of people working on the Gay Freedom Day parade out there wanted to have an emblem that was celebratory for the queer community, communities, if you will. And so it was something to celebrate. It was at the height of the sexual revolution. It was gay rights movement. All the, a lot of social justice changes were happening. So they wanted something celebration-wise. Unlike, for example, the pin that I'm wearing, the pink triangle. Mm-hmm. The pink triangle was imposed on queers in Nazi Germany. So that was something that was put onto us, which is very important historically, and I do love this very, very much. Mm-hmm. But the flag is something to celebrate, and it's something that we have as a community. And
Why the flag though? Like,
right. Okay. So Gilbert loves flags, and
Okay.
he was an artist, and the American flag, which you see right here that you brought, which is so wonderful. I like seeing the stars on that. He saw how the American flag was repopularized. It really was right around that time. It wasn't very popular until then for a lot of reasons, for a lot of people. But certainly in the bicentennial, it picked up again. So that was like the genesis thought. So when Harvey asked him in around 78, a little earlier actually, to come up with an emblem, he came up with the concept of a flag. So it's more than an emblem, it is a flag. It is an emblem too.
And he was considered the gay Betsy Ross.
And he was considered he became known as the gay Betsy Ross.
Exactly.
And
so, tell us a little bit about what these colors mean and like why he chose these colors.
Well, they're right here on the screen, but each color is just a representation of nature. They're all parts of nature, and we are all a part of nature. And Gilbert was very, very inclusive, and just it's a happy symbol. I mean, you look at a rainbow flag, you kind of smile.
Yeah.
At least I do. And so every color is representative, sex, life, healing, sun, nature, magic, peace, and spirit. You have to understand, Gilbert was from the 70s. He was stationed during the Vietnam era as a nurse, a medic nurse, in San Francisco. He was from Kansas. But he...
And what's really weird for me is like 1969 was Stonewall.
Yes.
And you had Judy Garland, who had just died, who was the
an icon.
Wizard of Oz icon of Over the Rainbow.
Right.
That then became our actual symbol as a flag. And so I love the way that kind of...
It's pretty, it's pretty much part and parcel, I suppose. It's not, this is not meant to be rocket science, and it's,
it's almost like it was meant to be that the rainbow represents.
It's almost prophetic in a way, and the colors are, there's a lot of, first off, there's a lot of whimsy. I mean, this is a painting that one of Gilbert's paintings, and I have another little painting, and he had large rainbow flags and small rainbow flags, but he was very free-spirited. If I use the word hippie from the 70s, well, yeah, he was.
Okay.
And he was the proverbial hippie in the Castro, and back then, the Castro was hardly even gay. It was not until the early 70s, after the Vietnam, concurrent with Vietnam era. But a lot of queers were coming from all over the country, settling in San Francisco and New York and all, and it was kind of, still free-spirited days. It was, before the AIDS crisis, by far. It was the height of the sexual revolution.
But when you met him, it was like during the AIDS crisis.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, very much so.
Because I remember my first gay pride march, it was the quilt. The AIDS quilt.
Yeah.
And back in 1994. And that really stuck with me.
Yeah, sure.
That experience.
I came out, I'm 63, but I came out in my teens. It was not, very fashionable at that point, and it was certainly a difficult era. And it's always a difficult era for people to come out. Different time, different struggles. The AIDS crisis was, harrowing for all of us. And, so all these concurrent things, like the flag was already done, but it was, by 94, it was, there was starting to be trials and medications and whatnot. But, even in Heritage of Pride, at the time Gay Pride Parade, when I joined, it was like the first year and two that we were legal. Until then, I used to get the permits for sound amplification and all the.
And it was a different type of
Yeah.
I mean, back then it was more like a march.
Yeah, it was a march.
Today it feels like a corporate event.
Well, that
and that's a whole other topic.
We always say that we created a monster in a way because I literally was there when it was a march. I was still I'm old enough and young enough to remember all that, and it was actually in '86 when Heritage of Pride we reincorporated as another organization as such. We were trying to, in the darkest days, from a march, we were trying to have some celebration.
Yeah.
Because there were so many marches and so many deaths, so that we just needed some moments to celebrate.
And I mean, the rainbow
speed forward 8 years, from '86 to '94. A lot of things happened. A lot of things happened, and we had our rights, and we were gaining more rights. And anyway, Gilbert came to New York to do this mile-long flag, and it was a celebration of Stonewall 25 at the time.
Yeah,
And
I remember, it was 25.
so he was. It was a big sponsored project. It was a world record flag, size flag. And it was a tremendous honor to be with him, and it was just crazy that I would get to know him. It was like, all my friends, my family, everybody says it's like you were supposed to meet Gilbert.
Meant to be.
Because I was, very much more. It was kismet. It was everything, and we became in the shortest amount of time the best friends. And Gilbert truly was my family. He was my chosen family.
So the original flag had 8 colors, and then because of manufacturing reasons, it came to 6.
Right.
Can you tell us what the 8 colors, like, because I know each one like had a label, like pink was sex,
Right.
red is life, and tell us.
This is actually framed by Gilbert. He gave this to me, and it does say, the colors of sex, life, healing. Yellow is sun, and nature is green. There's magic and peace and spirit, and those are the 8 colors, and that's that representation. It's all about nature. It's all about inclusivity. It was all about,
now we have a new flag that's considered a progressive flag. And when he came up with the rainbow color, it had nothing to do with identity politics, for instance, correct? It had just to do with celebration and nature and a symbol.
well,
Versus today, our progressive flag, we have, the black, the brown, trans, which is more towards people.
Yeah. Well, Gilbert, first off, this is the umbrella of them all, and a lot of the flags do use this. Gilbert passed away in 2017, so he didn't get to see a lot of the flags. There's dozens of pride flags now. He had seen some. He knew the trans flag. He had known a few others. He was incredibly supportive of other people's flags.
But he made this public domain. He never copyrighted it.
This is for the public, and unlike I don't want to mention here, but there's a flag or so that doesn't do that. This is a flag for all the people. Gilbert could have been a millionaire. He was an artist that died poor. He truly was. He was I never met anybody more giving than Gilbert. He gave and gave and gave, and that's.
So if you had one word that described Gilbert, what would that word be?
Wow. Gilbert was free.
Free.
And Gilbert is free. Just
I like that.
part of
I like
this.
that.
Yeah. Gilbert, it's okay. I'm as corny as can be. Gilbert lives in my heart. And
he also was given an award by President Obama, was it?
No, he gave to President Obama a rainbow flag. He was at the White House. Yes. Gilbert received many awards over the years, keys to cities, and the very last artwork that he ever did was, and just months before he died, was he introduced a ninth color, and he, just like a lot of his work, there was whimsy. He was very whimsical. Gilbert was a genius in my view. He was one of the most intelligent people I've ever met. But he did things very graciously and full of life and spirit. And this ninth color that's not on the chart, because he did lavender. And lavender is a mixture of pink and blue, and that color is for diversity.
Aww.
And he didn't do it, he did pass away just moments later. But he did that really for kicks and giggles. He wasn't trying to alter the flag. There's no reason to alter the rainbow flag.
Yeah.
The rainbow is a spectrum of colors. And in the LGBTQ communities, we're part of that spectrum. So it's all
I love
there.
I love the rainbow. I think it's a great symbol of the LGBTQ community.
Yeah.
I've always been drawn to it as a flag, and it will go down in history, I think, as, when people think of LGBTQ, they think of rainbow and, life and bright colors and it's just a great symbol of our community.
Yeah, it's all inclusive and it's all there. It's a spectrum of colors, and, he supported the few flags that came from it.
After.
Because every sub-identity, we can keep on going to the nth degree, and if that makes you with your group, proud and happy and alive and free, he was all for that. But the umbrella is the rainbow, and really an I say unadulterated rainbow, and because it's just the spectrum, and worldwide that works mighty well.
My final question is and you worked actually with Gilbert, like sewing some of this flag, was that correct?
I'm the worst sewer. He would have me at the sewing machine, and I did it just to say that I did.
Okay,
I would do. He did a mile. I did like 10 feet.
Okay. I want you to bring up some pictures of that. Well, Richard, thank you so much for being part of our Gay Pride Variety Show. And
it was a pleasure.
It's
it was a lovely pleasure.
Great to honor Gilbert Baker, who is the creator of our symbol, so to speak.
Yeah, it's our symbol, and it's I love this symbol for historical reasons, but this is our
symbol.
Happy place.
All right, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We're going to move on to our next segment of the variety show. Welcome to Carmella Cann's Gay Pride Game Show. I have two great guests today. We have Nick, one of our producers on In the Can with Carmella Cann podcast, and we have Ryan, who was our first guest on our very first episode. So you are bookending my podcast.
Yes, thank you for having me.
No, thanks for coming back. And I'm finally have Nick as well, one of my producers who's been my right hand during this whole experience. I hope
so. You're right-handed.
Yes, exactly. Well, he left-hands me when I'm right-handed. So, are you guys ready to play this game?
Yes.
So let's find out how well you know your gay trivia. Okay. So I'm going to ask a question. When you know the question, just raise your hands, and I will call on you. Whoever raises the hand first will, I will call. So
I'm raising my left hand, by the way, for this.
Oh, I'm left-handed too, so.
So who was the legendary singer that died in 1969 during Stonewall?
I think I know this. Shit. Judy Garland.
Correct.
Yes! I did know it.
Who played Harvey Milk in the movie?
Sean Penn.
Sean Penn is correct.
Okay.
What 1980 show was very big for gay people and very comedic?
Golden Girls.
Golden Girls is correct. Yay! Who is the queen of comedy?
Latifah?
The queen of comedy.
I'll give you a chance.
Monique?
No. Lucille Ball.
Oh.
Okay.
What was the first rights organization formed after the Stonewall riots?
P-Flag?
Nope.
ACLU?
Gay Liberation Front.
Oh.
The first gay and lesbian bookstore in America was called what?
Rainbow Bookstore?
Stonewall?
No. Oscar Wilde's Memorial Bookstore.
I didn't know that.
No, not at all.
And let's see. What famous queer director launched Divine's career and was considered an outrageous comedic?
John Waters.
John Waters is correct. Philadelphia added which two colors to their pride flag in 2017?
Black and brown?
Black and brown is correct. Who was the first ever winner of RuPaul's Drag Race?
Oh, no.
Oh, shit. What's her name?
Yep.
Bibi Zahara Benet.
Correct.
Yes.
And our winner is Ryan.
There's no, like,
Sorry.
double or nothing?
Sorry, my friend.
I know, you know your stuff.
That's okay.
Pretty gay. Gay AF.
Yes. You know, I want to thank both of you. Thank you, Nick, for
Yeah.
sticking with me during season 1. Thank you, Ryan. You have done a couple of my podcasts.
Yes.
And you're bookending it. This is your first deluxe episode.
Oh, look at that.
And,
Capital D.
Capital D.
you know, and we're going to have a great Gay Pride 2024.
We sure are.
Yeah.
What are you doing for it?
I think I'm going to go at least watch the march. I don't know if I'm
Nice.
going to participate actually in marching because depending on how hot it is, I melt.
Oh. I heard they toned it down a lot this year. Like, not as many corporate sponsors because of all
that's
the boycotts.
good because it's gone
Yeah.
a little bit too corporate for me.
Believe it when
Agreed.
I see it. Unfortunately, I have to say that because it's very, very corporate.
What are you guys doing for Gay Pride?
We don't have plans yet. I don't know. We usually go out to Fire Island for it. 'cause
Okay.
That's fun out there and it's quiet.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But
Nick?
we'll
Yeah, I'm
see.
not sure. Usually, the Saturday before, I belong to a sailing group, and we sail up the Hudson River with big, giant rainbow flags from the boats. So it's-
KSA?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's called the Rainbows on the Hudson, so that's very fun.
Oh, cool.
So you get to see a boat parade of giant rainbow flags and stuff, and one of them is made by Gilbert Baker.
Oh.
A very giant, it's huge, it's massive.
That's how I met him. I used to be a member.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well, hello. Hi. Small world.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's at least my Saturday, Sunday. I don't know, may stay local. I'm surrounded by a bunch of gay bars where I live, so hang out in the hood. We'll see.
Well, happy Gay Pride.
Happy Gay
Likewise.
Pride.
And
Happy
thank you for
Pride.
being on the game show.
Make
Yeah.
sure you have some butt sex for it.
I plan on it. Wow. I need to learn something easy because
Well, this is super easy, and we are going to make it Carmella style, so it's
Perfect.
even easier.
better.
Normally, you would take a box of like pudding mix and
So
then
we're making
banana pudding.
Banana
We're making
pudding.
banana pudding with some Nilla wafers.
Okay.
Normally, you would take some Jell-O and pour some milk into it and, you know, stir it around a little bit, then cut some bananas up and whatnot.
Okay.
But we're going to do it Carmella style.
perfect. Sounds like
So you'd get a little bit of pre-made banana pudding.
that's the perfect Carmella
Open
Cann
the
style.
lid. Ooh, look at
Oh,
that.
wow,
look
look
at
at
how
that.
gelatinous that is.
That is.
If you can get it out, there you go.
Oh, wow, okay.
Oh, yeah. We'll stir it around a little bit. You know, if you're feeling extra hungry, we can grab a banana for you.
I love bananas.
You know, a little banana always does the trick. You want a bite of my
Yeah.
banana? Oh, yes, honey. Oh, we'll cut that up.
No, actually, it's delicious.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Came
All right,
right
so
out of
cut
my
up the
pants.
banana.
You cut up the banana, you'll add it in there because you know,
Okay.
why not? You add the
Oh, so
little,
it gives like a little thickness.
yeah, it gives it a little thickness. You stir it in, then it adds a
looks
little
simple
extra
enough.
sweetness. It
Okay.
gets it a little less gelatinous. Yum.
Gelatinous.
You want to take some Nilla wafers, sprinkle them on top.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks delicious.
Yeah,
actually.
it's actually
Looks
really
good.
good. And then when it's ready to serve, you'll just stick it in your bowl or your hole, if you know, if that's your flavor.
Is that what we're doing this Gay Pride? We're
Well,
sticking it in the hole?
Take a bite and let me know how you like
All
that
right,
banana.
I'm going to actually use this spoon.
And you
All right,
know,
let's see how this tastes.
if that doesn't fill you up, I have some cake for you.
Mm.
Oh, Oh, I got you a little present, Carmella. A little rum cake. And some
thank
glasses
you.
from my wedding.
I know, Ryan actually just got married, everyone.
Yes.
And where was your marriage?
In Puerto Rico. In
Puerto
Vieques,
Rico.
Puerto Rico, yeah.
So a destination wedding.
It was a destination wedding. It was amazing. We had
How many
50 people.
Wow, okay, so they must love you if they really traveled 50 people to
I
go
think they do.
participate.
It was pretty wonderful, so I'm still on cloud 9. How is it?
Aw. It's actually really good.
Yeah, good.
And it's perfect because it took 3 minutes to make.
That was the abbreviated version, but you know.
I love the fact that I can just buy it pre-made and just put it together. And just serve it and pretend I made it.
Exactly.
And that's the best way to make dessert, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I want to wish you all a happy gay pride. May it be safe. Ryan, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me again.
Thank you for bookending my podcast. Thank you all for tuning in and watching our Gay Pride special. Wishing you a safe and happy Gay Pride, and see you October 1st for season 2 of In the Can with Carmella Cann podcast. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also leave me a comment and tell me what you think.
Na 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 na. Driving down the highway, if I had it my way, I'd spend the whole day by your side. I would just hold you after I told you you are the best thing in my life.